What is going on, Yins? Casey Keefer here from HUMANIMAL. Wanted to take a hot second. First and foremost, I hope everybody had a fantastic season. I know a lot of our seasons are coming to a close here in January. I hope the holidays were great. Hope everybody got to relax and chill a little bit. But we're diving into a busy time of the year for us here at HUMANIMAL. You know, right now is traditionally the time of year where we are traveling to all the trade shows. So we're headed to ATA, we're headed to SHOT Show, we're checking out the newest and the latest and greatest. But, you know, obviously we are still under the throes of COVID, so things are a little bit different this year. ATA has been canceled, SHOT Show has been canceled, but that is not keeping companies from releasing their new products and giving us kind of the update on what is happening for 2021 in terms of the latest and greatest product developments and new product launches. So wanted to take a hot second today to go over a product that I am super excited about, that I've been involved with for quite a while now, going all the way back to, you know, the original branding and the original ideas kind of behind this new product. And that is the 6.8 Western, a brand new cartridge that has just been launched recently by both Winchester and Browning. And that's significant. That's significant and it's exciting because what you've got between Winchester and Browning is you've got basically two titans of the industry that are, you know, one is known for making precision ammunition high quality and one is known for making precision firearms that are high quality. And that's really important because in order to come out with a new cartridge in general, it has to be a complete system, right? You can make the greatest ammo in the world, but if you don't have a gun that takes into account what that ammunition actually is and what it needs to do, then that ammo is going to be useless, and vice versa. You could make the greatest gun in the world, but if the ammo's junk, then you're going to get junk. So crap in, crap out, right? So you got two titans of the industry in Winchester and Browning that have come together to create a brand new caliber. They came out with the 6.8 Western, and this caliber really does fill a void and some white space that exists in that ammunition market. You know, in the last couple of years, we've seen a huge craze in the long-range game. We've seen a big craze in taking calibers like the 6.5 Creedmoor and adapting them from long-range shooting over to long-range hunting. And, you know, while that's all fine and dandy, you know, sometimes I think under that scenario, we might be asking a little too much out of certain calibers. Like a 6.5 Creedmoor, for instance. You know, when you're starting to talk about the grain weights of the 6.5 and what you can push out to long range for thick-skinned game or big animals like you find out west, whether it's mule deer or elk, in my opinion, that's asking too much out of the cartridge. Now, you'll get detractors, you'll get people out there that say it's all about shot placement, shot placement, shot placement. I get that, and I understand it. I, however, would be more comfortable being able to push a heavier grain projectile that is still pushing crazy high ballistic coefficients out at those long ranges for bigger animals. And guess what? That is exactly what the 6.8 Western is. This thing is such a cool caliber, and I'm going to give you a glimpse at it right here. So if you can see that, I don't know how well it's going to come across, but if you can see that cartridge right there, that is the brand new 6.8 Western. So let's talk about a little bit, what is the 6.8 Western? That is a 270 Winchester short mag cartridge. This is a 6.5 Creedmoor cartridge, right? So what you've got is this super long kind of boat tail projectile. In this 270, you've got like the shorter, squattier cartridge. Well, guess what? This baby, the 6.8 Western, is going to come in dead smack in the middle of those. So Winchester and Browning teamed up to come out with this cartridge to fill the white space. I talked about that a little bit early on. They wanted to fill that white space between kind of that 270, which has been around forever, and that 6.5 Creedmoor. And they hit the nail on the head with this thing. There's a ton of benefits. Like I said, you're pushing a crazy high ballistic coefficient bullet out to those long ranges. But what they basically did is they were able to take, because this is a 270 cal bullet, but they were able to take the cartridge of a 270 short mag, and they were able to pull the shoulders back, right? And as you pull those shoulders back, what that allowed them to do is lengthen the bullet. So now you can start pushing bullets that are higher grain weights. I happen to be shooting 165 grain in the Expedition long range. So you're now pushing 165 grain bullet versus, you know, something down in the 140s like you're going to find, you know, with the 6.5 Creedmoor. So It accomplishes many things, and they had to overcome a lot of hurdles to get there. They had to find a way to increase the twist rate in the barrels, hence Browning comes in from the firearm manufacturing side. There was a lot of things that had to kind of fall into place. This has been about a 2-year process for them to release the 6.8 Western. I got to use it this past fall. I used it on multiple hunts, and this thing rocks. I mean, there's so many benefits to it. One of the things that I like is when you start talking, you know, real knockdown power on big game animals, you start talking about the traditional 30 cal and up, right? You got the 300 Win Mag, 300 short mag, 338, etc. And those guns, no doubt, will knock down animals. But what you deal with when you get up into that 30 cal range is you start dealing with a lot more stout recoil. You start dealing with, you know, larger firearm platforms. So you start dealing with bigger guns, heavier guns, maybe not conducive to, you know, the backcountry, or maybe not conducive to a Western style of hunting or being up in the mountains. But when you start looking at the 6.8 Western, you know, they're able to fit the 6.8 Western into a short action rifle, which is going to slim down the size of the gun in general. Plus, you're talking a 270 cal bullet, so you're going to get much lighter recoil, and you're going to get phenomenal ballistics downrange. This thing, for me, ticks all the boxes. I used it on an elk hunt in Colorado. It performed flawlessly. Shot my elk at 360 yards. Penetration was incredible. It was 18 seconds from start to finish, and the elk was expired. I mean, I really got to dissect and inspect what this bullet did. That was the first animal that I'd shot with it, and I was not disappointed. I turned around and I took it to Nebraska with me, was able to shoot a whitetail in Nebraska, and I shot my whitetail in Nebraska like, I mean, close. We're talking like, I don't know, maybe max 35 to 40 yards. So really, I got to see this thing on kind of both ends of the spectrum, right? I got to see it out at long range, and then I got to see it, how it performs up at close range, and it performed flawlessly both times. So, you know, I can't express how excited I am for the 6.8 Western. I happen to be using it right now. I used it all through the fall. I used it in Winchester's XPR rifle platform. If you guys haven't checked out the XPR, excuse the phone in the background. If you haven't checked out the XPR, it's a phenomenal rifle platform. It is the everyday rifle. I mean, this thing, the price point of it is perfect. You don't feel bad beating the snot out of it, because a lot of times when you get in those backcountry hunts, your gear is going to take a beating. I've put the XPR through its ringers over the last couple of years, and I'm super happy with it. I am a Model 70 guy. I have always been a Model 70 guy. I probably always will be a Model 70 guy. But for me, that's more nostalgia and kind of how I got indoctrinated into the world of rifles, you know, coming from my father and stuff getting passed down over the years. But I did use the 6.8 Western in the XPR this year, and it rocked. It was awesome. Topped it with the Leupold scope. I mean, it was just a bang-up combination on every hunt that I used it on. So, kind of a new announcement. They had just released it, I believe, as of last Friday. I know there was some whispers of the 6.8 Western that were going around the old internet machine and the Google machine, but it is official. It is now known to the world. The 6.8 Western is here, and you can get one. And that's exciting for anybody that does Western style rifle hunting. I mean, you're going to do yourself justice if you check out this cartridge. You know, there's been some detractors out there. A lot of people saying, focus on making ammunition that we need, not stuff that you want. Listen, I get it. I understand it. There's a shortage in ammunition right now, but that doesn't mean that innovation needs to stop, because in my opinion, the 6.8 Western is going to replace a lot of hunting rifles out there. It's a rifle that is a one rifle to do all. It's not too powerful to be able to knock down whitetails all across the Midwest with it, but it's got enough gumption in it and enough ballistic efficiency, both, you know, at the muzzle and at terminal ballistics, to get the job done out west. So it's going to replace a whole lot of rifles that are out there right now. So I can't say enough about it. The 6.8 Western is a rock solid cartridge. The performance is there. You're going to want to see this from Winchester and Browning, all new for 2021. One last look, the 6.8 Western. Super excited about it. Big, long projectile, you know, crazy high ballistic coefficients, long range performance, long range knockdown power, long range accuracy. It's got it all. So do yourself a favor, head over to Winchester, go to the website, check out the brand new 6.8 Western.